Hey, Kiara, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Now, I have some information to share with you all about the National Guard stuff. Hey, Lori, good morning to you, beautiful. Good morning to you, Elijah, Tiffany, Virginia, Sweetie, Charles. You love that, Charles? President got cakes on cakes, honey. Ashlyn, good morning. Hey, Kendra, good morning. Where Rihanna used to say, he want that cake, 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 cake. Yeah. Mike Lindau wanted that cake, honey. Wanted that cake, baby. Yeah. So I hope you all had a beautiful and wonderful weekend. It moves, the weekends go by so fast. So I hope you all had a beautiful weekend. Hey, Tamara, good morning, beautiful. This is just one of my favorite pictures because the president is always golfing. And if folks are paying attention, those hips are getting wider. That booty is getting bigger. Okay? But he's supposed to be the most physically fit president we've ever had in history. Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. Yep. Bigger diaper. More shits. So first I want to talk about the National Guard stuff. So in reference to the National Guard stuff, I wanted to let y'all know, don't get caught up in being tricked by Trump's production. Because the National Guard stuff is also a production. Hey, Sheila, good morning. It's a production, right? And I say it's a production because Trump is only sending 100 guards to these places. So they're not doing anything of value, right? So they're only sending 100 guards. But this is the part that stood out to me even more, okay? Even more, right? Is that they're only sending 100 and they're picking up trash, helping old people when they fall. So attention. Oh, thank you, Tamar. Attention, Trump is in the Epstein files. Because there's some MAGA men in here crashing all out. I love this man. I'm a MAGA man and I love Trump. They are so turned. You know, they see this picture, they get all whacked out, you know. But just note that it's a production, okay? It's just a production. Don't get caught up in it. It's just a production. It's just Trump's way of pretending to do something without doing something. Because this is my thing. If Trump was sending out the guard to make America more safe, why isn't he sending the guard to Louisiana? Mike Johnson's district. You're more inclined to be unalived in Mike Johnson's district, the Speaker of the House district, than you are in Chicago. Paul, stop coming in here fantasizing about men. Gay Pride Month is already gone, beloved. We don't do that in here. You can't come in here glazing for Trump, okay? Stop it. It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? The ladies don't line up when you start glazing for other men. The women are like, that don't seem right. Miss Shelley, all you know is that you're delaying going and fixing breakfast. Now go cook something. You're a conservative woman. I don't allow conservative women to come in my live and talk shit to me. Y'all say y'all traditional. Then stop talking to me. If anybody's speaking outside your house on things, it should be your husband, correct? Shut it. Go make somebody a sandwich. Go make somebody a sandwich. That's what you do. Make sandwiches. Carol, you go make a sandwich too. Yup. I sent Carol packing too. I think Carol thought she was going to get... No, go make a sandwich. I like my edges cut off my bread sometimes. I would like it lightly toasted with a smidge of mayo. I mean, you know, because you're supposed to be good at shit like that. Yeah, go do that. I don't want to hear no conservative woman try to talk and debate with me. Because the first thing I'm going to say is, well, why are you in the streets debating instead of doing laundry, scrubbing floors and shit? So your highest priority is to debate me versus taking care of your household? Right. But just know with the National Guard, they're only sending 100 troops to each one of these cities, but they're sending them everywhere. They're sending them everywhere, but to Republican cities. They won't send them to or Republican states. They won't send them to Tennessee. Send them to Tennessee. Oh, you don't want nobody to pay attention to your crime? Then let me see. Let me see. I'm going to just check. Let's see the states with highest crime rates. Because they claim that it's always that it's always liberal cities, right? So they always say liberal cities, liberal cities. Okay, you could say liberal cities, but liberal cities and states ain't the only one with crime problems. Okay, so New Mexico leads high up number 1, followed by Louisiana and Mississippi. Louisiana and Mississippi have some of the highest unalive rates in the U.S. While not always the highest, states like Montana, Oklahoma, and Alabama often appear on the lists of dangerous states. That's why I'm like, conservatives, be quiet. Let me stop for a second and say good morning to everybody, because I wasn't paying attention as more and more people started coming in this morning. Good morning to you. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to you. Okay? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know you had a great weekend. I'm going to say that you did. We're just going to claim it. I also am going to remind you all, don't forget, we chose the movie that we're watching as a group. The movie that we watch and that we're going to discuss for August. The movie that was selected was the movie Run, R-U-N. Now, there is another poll up on Patreon for us to select the date in which we discuss the movie. The poll closes today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you need to check it out, okay? Go ahead and check out the poll to vote on a day and time. But the movie you need to start watching is Run, R-U-N. That's what we're discussing this month. So yeah. So just to tell y'all, don't get caught up on the stuff y'all see. All this stuff with the troops and all that other stuff. Hold on, I was sending somebody else packing. He has a little over 1,000 followers. Thought he was going to come in with that. No, you're not. No, you're not. I sent you packing. You can't come here with that. Good morning to all of you. All of you beautiful and handsome individuals in the audience. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to click that link and check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. If you like unfiltered conversations, come on over and listen to it. I know you'll enjoy it. Trust me, you will. Because I'm saying some of the things that don't get said. Like, can we talk this morning about the raid that happened on John Bolton on Friday? Can I file that under things I don't give a shit about? That's why y'all ain't seen me make no video about it. Now, I'm going to make a video about it today, but I'm not really talking about John Bolton, more so than I'm talking about the fact that Republicans created this beast. Republicans created this beast. Yeah, Teresa, I have to kick them out when MAGA come in with that mess. I just go on ahead and let them just, go on and do something else. But I find it interesting that, it is a Trump grievance tour, but you know what's even funnier, storyteller, is the Wall Street Journal tried to they published an article and they said, we didn't know he'd do this. Bullshit. Trump said, I am your retribution. Did he not say that when he was campaigning? He says, I am your retribution. Well, what the fuck is the definition of retribution? They all knew what he said he was going to do. They knew. He told them. What it was They had tricked themselves into believing we don't have to believe everything he says. Well, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. Trump didn't lie to you. See, I'm no Trumper, but even I know Trump didn't lie. He was very clear about what he was coming back to do. He told them. He told them. Yep, Kamala told them too. But they didn't want to listen to Kamala. They didn't want to even listen to Trump. Even the guy that's saying what he's going to do. Oh, no, no, no. He's just joking. You guys take him literally. You shouldn't do that. Well, who's laughing now? Hey, Rusty, you're going to be speaking Chinese anyway, because I hope the Chinese buys all those family farms. Rusty was in his feelings with them 50 followers. It's because I kicked him out earlier. Rusty's gone. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much, Takara. Conservatives talk so much. If Kamala would have won, we would have been speaking Chinese. You're going to be speaking. First of all, there is no speak Chinese. See, that's that conservative education system at work again, right? You have the Mandarin language. You have the Cantonese language. I've never met a person from China speak Chinese. What are we doing? That's that Republican education system at work. That's what that is. They're so confident. I don't want to have to speak Chinese. What are you talking about? What? Yeah, the Republican. Oh, you're right, Jaden. That was a joke. There is no Republican education system. I just caught that, Jaden. You're right. There is no Republican education system. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I love how, look, MAGA keeps coming in and they keep getting booted out. Yeah. I love the ones who come in with 40-something people in their account. And even if you don't say anything and I see you, I boot you anyway. Because I know you're trolling. I know you're trolling. If you want to troll, be brave enough to do it on your real account with your real face. Let us see you, beloved. But they always want to hide in the shadows. Hey, Capri. They hiding for obvious reasons, Aaron. Most of them because they trolling. The very people, like I see some people, like I read something to you all yesterday where a guy was begging Trump for help because he went to the Philippines and he married a woman, right? He married a woman and they can't get back into the States. They can't get back into the States. Why? Trump administration won't let her in. He says he doesn't understand why. I've never depended on the system. But he started the letter saying, I'm on Social Security. Then you're on the system, sir. See, Trump making all these cuts and tearing up everything. Conservatives are going to get hurt the hardest. Good. I am a big fan of Republicans getting exactly what they voted for. They voted for this. Hey, Russ. Hey, handsome. Good morning. They voted for this. So because they voted for this, who are we to stop people from getting what they voted for? This is what these people asked for. Let them have it. That's why I said I don't feel no sorrow for John Bolton. John Bolton validated Donald Trump. John Bolton did that shit. Now they're saying Chris Christie is currently being, thank you all so much. They're saying Chris Christie is currently being investigated by the administration. Currently being good. Aha. That's what Chris Christie's ass gets to. I don't feel sorrow for none of them. See, what they thought was Trump would just spend his time chasing the others. They didn't realize he gonna chase everybody. Anybody that doesn't agree with him is a problem. Don't be anxious about the National Guard coming to Chicago, JLC. That's when you fall for the okie doke from Trump. He wants you to feel nervous. As somebody who's in the DMV, the National Guard is right here in DC. When you know what they're doing? Guarding monuments. They ain't even guarding, they just standing around. Because if you were in the National Guard, how much guarding would you do when they took you away from your family, right? Your mission is to guard against the American people, which you know that's not the oath you take. And there are no official orders been put in so you can even be compensated for the time. So why the hell would you? Y'all needn't be concerned about that. The Guard ain't thinking about y'all. They not thinking about y'all. They not thinking about none of us. No, Michelle, I'm not participating in blackout the system. Honestly, I don't even know what that is, Michelle. What is that? Because my thing is this. I've told people, if you're not willing to do the uncomfortable things, you're wasting your time. You're just doing busy shit. And I'm going to say it and keep on saying it. Until y'all really willing to do something, really do. But they have to be willing to do a real boycott, which means you have to be willing to not go to work. Yup, and possibly lose your job. Not spend money on shit you don't need. See, you got to be willing to do uncomfortable shit. Uncomfortable shit. And you got to be willing to do it more than one day. You understand? You got to be willing to do it more than one day. The Montgomery bus boycott did not work because they just did it for one day. No, it worked because it was a long-term thing. It was a long-term thing. See, money will break down the system, but the question I keep asking every American is how much are you willing to risk of your own stuff to bring down the system? That is the question that I ask Americans. Because if you're not willing to make the necessary sacrifices to bring down the system, that's where you're going to run into your problem. You have to be willing to make a sacrifice. See, the difference between the civil rights movement and now is people now don't want to lose nothing. You said the city told you you couldn't. I called the ACLU and they told you, if you work for the city, you are allowed to protest. Now, if you're a police officer and things like that, you got to show up to work. You take an oath. You got to even work even when you don't get paid. That's why I'm not a police officer. Charity start at home. Fuck, I look like coming to work for y'all and not getting paid. That's why I don't work in jobs like that. If you're a police officer, firefighter, you got to show up to work no matter what. Oh, you wanted to protest. But see, protesting in the street is not going to get you nowhere. You got to protest with your wallet, beloved. Rich people have to feel the pain. Rich people don't feel shit when you protest in the street. I'm just telling you. Protest with your wallet. I'm going to have to let you go, Mobile Mama, because you got 64 followers. I feel like you're a distraction. Yep, I said it. And if you weren't being a distraction, too bad. You shouldn't have kept saying the same thing. I entertained you enough. I told you. If you want to really protest, it's not about marching in the street. It is about an economic protest that takes more than one day. Hey, son of Ra. It's about something that takes more than one day, which means you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. I get tired of hearing people say that. What if we protest? How about what if you actually stood up and showed up to vote like you were supposed to? There were millions of people that just didn't vote. Had they voted, wouldn't be in this predicament now. You wouldn't be in this predicament now had you got your ass out the house and fucking voted. See, now you want to be a Monday morning quarterback because now the shit has hit the fan. And I laugh at conservatives. I didn't know he would do this. Yes, you did. You just didn't think that Trump would do it to you. That's all. You didn't think he'd do it to you. But he did. Because he don't give a fuck about you either. You were just the thing he used to get where he wanted to be. Boom. And say it again, Tamar. He told you he would. Trump told you he would. So you cannot say you didn't know. Y'all need to listen to these politicians. Just like I've been telling y'all. And just like I've been telling y'all, one thing about conservatives, well, several things about conservatives that I realize. But when it comes to conservatives, I told y'all they are socialists and they are the party of big government. They always been the party of big government. Always. And I kept telling people that. I said the very party y'all claim that's for small government is liberty and freedom. You can't be a small government and you in my marriage. You can't be a small government and you in my body. You can't be a small government and you control what books I read. It's impossible. You can't be a small government and try to force the 10 Commandments in every classroom. Then you're not small government. That's big government. Republicans have been big government forever. Y'all let these people lie to you and trick you into, oh, we believe in liberty. No, they don't. They believe in the only freedom they believe in is what they believe in. If you're doing what they agree with, then you're free to be free. If you're not doing what they agree with, then you can't exercise your freedom. That used to be my frustration with liberals. When you talk about gay marriage and gay people, talk about it as freedom and right to privacy. Talk about it from that point of view. If you talk about it from that point of view, then it's a different discussion. Because then you could say to somebody, excuse me, straight man, sir, why are you all up in the business of what gay men are doing? Are you gay? Like, call them out. Oh, no, I'm not gay. Then why are you all in the business of gay fucking men? If you're not gay and you don't want your own husband, why are you so entrenched about what gay men are doing, gay women are doing? Because it doesn't make sense to me. I don't put a lot of energy into shit I don't care about, right? I don't put a lot of energy into shit that doesn't apply to me. But they do. Because I'm telling y'all, a lot of those straight, hetero, conservative men, and some of them liberal, are DL. Some of them like boys. Some of them like boys. But they've never been brave enough to be honest and say, I like boys. And that's just real shit. So because they're not brave enough to speak up and say they like boys or they like girls, all of a sudden, nobody else can do it. All of a sudden, nobody else can. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Y'all not fooling nobody. Y'all not fooling nobody. And liberals, and to your point, Marcus, liberals need to do a better job about saying, mind your fucking business. See, I'm very quick to say that to conservatives. Y'all always in other people's business. You would be less outraged if you minded your business. Think about it. The shit they're outraged by is because they're minding other people's business. If they just minded their business, wouldn't even be outraged. They wouldn't even be outraged. But they all like this. Oh my goodness. I think he got a husband. Mind your business. I say the same thing to the people in the church. Mind your business. Because, lady, while you looking all over there to try to see if the choir director is gay, your husband is checking out the choir director. Catch that. You need to be looking. Look, the fox is in the hen house, beloved. You need to be looking at your own husband and why he's so concerned about all the gay men in the church. People crack me up with that shit. They got the strongest gaydar, except they never know their own husband's gay. You know everybody gay, but you ain't know your own husband was gay. How is that possible? Like I'm gonna tell you something I done checked a long time ago. That damn Carson Kressley. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I don't give a shit what he say, what she say. Okay? I don't give a shit what he say and what she say. I know what I see with my eyes. You heard me. Thank you for the subscription, Judy. I appreciate that. I know what I see with my eyes. And what I spy with my eyes is a very effeminate man. And it's nothing wrong with that, but you ain't gonna be my husband, though. See, we not doing that. We're not gonna do that. Lindsey Graham is another one. You mean to tell me a grown-ass man that's a senator, all these decades, ain't been able to find one available woman? Okay, all right. That's because Lindsey's not looking. No, I'm talking about Carson Kressley. What's that guy's name? The Kressley that was married to the, that just got out of prison. Him and his wife it's not Carson Kressley. You know who I'm talking about. What's the man's name? Todd Kressley. That's it. That man, yeah, Todd Kressley. That man, I don't care what nobody say, that man likes boys. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. He can say whatever. His wife can say whatever. The shit don't smell right. You understand? And to me, I'm looking at her going, girl. Okay. All right. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say to that. I'ma just keep on saying that. I'ma just keep on saying that because it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. I mean, I guess I get it because there are a lot of lavender marriages all over America. Yeah, it's giving Bruce Jenner. It is. It's giving Bruce Jenner. It is. It is. But I'm just like, oh, I know he enjoyed himself in prison. He was in there. Oh my goodness. This is what heaven looks like. Chill. Because he didn't have to worry about his wife seeing him, lean into being who he really is. Ciao. I prayed to God to have me live in my truth, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. Ciao. That man likes boys. I'm convinced of it. But again, I could be wrong. And I've been wrong before. But even the times that I was wrong, I was like, yeah. But if I was right, I ain't got them being honest about it. You understand? Okay. All right. All right. Now I'm looking to see what else is happening today. Now y'all know that I told y'all that they're looking to investigate Chris Christie. So they might be raiding him too. Can I say I'm so excited? I am excited that conservatives that help to lift Trump up are getting Trump ire at the same time. That's what y'all get. I hope he comes after every one of them. Remember I told y'all the other day, I want Mitt Romney. Oh, Oh, user 397, it's early, beloved. Go make a sandwich. Poor little Tink Tink. They get so upset. Aw. Aw. Poor baby. Bridgegate should have had Christie raided a long time ago. Yeah, but it never happened. Now it's going to happen, and conservatives are doing it. I love this shit. I love it. But I still stand by what I say, that liberals need to be hardcore when you get back in power. Yeah, Mitt Romney voted to impeach, but Mitt Romney also helped to build up Trump to make him valid. You understand my point? A broken clock can be right twice a day. You understand? Mitt Romney hasn't gone in hard enough. He ain't gone in as hard on Trump as he did on Barack Obama. So I don't give Mitt Romney no points. I don't give Mitt Romney no points. Yep, and Mitt got a lot. Mittens, I call him Mittens. And Mittens has a lot of money. Mittens has a lot of money. Yet he not doing nothing with that money to keep Republicans out of office, because no matter what, Mitt Romney is a Republican. Mitt Romney is a Republican. And so he's still going to lift up Republican principles and their strategies and the way they look at things. And Republican principles and governing is not good for America. That's what I want y'all to see. Every time we have a Republican majority, they bring down the economy. They destroy the job market. Every time. Every time. Every time. And so you can't expect anything any different when you put them into office. You put them into power. They are the party of anti. Republicans don't know how to govern. They just know how to be the anti. This time they're in charge. So guess what? Guess what? But you know what, Richard? Mitt Romney also has no religious values. He got exposed. He supported Trump. Trump cheated on every one of his wives. What religion? What religion? So Mitt Romney ain't religious. He exposed himself too. Mitt Romney's not religious. He exposed himself too. Because where were his religious principles when he was supporting that? Quiet as a church mouse. That's why I say any conservative, anybody supporting Donald Trump, and you call yourself a Christian, religious, fiscally responsible, want the country to be safe, you're full of shit on all of it. All of it. Okay? All of it. Because none of that makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. We're less safe right now. See, y'all probably didn't. I told y'all this yesterday. The FBI has lowered standards for joining. That was a hard-ass bureau to get in. To become an FBI agent is hard fucking work. Not anymore. Not anymore. They've decided they're going to let as many mediocre-ass people, and I'm assuming mostly white, into the FBI. We are going to be less safe because of that. Less safe. Same thing with ICE. They lowered the standards. So basically now the FBI and ICE are DEI. Conservatives' definition of DEI. Because to conservatives, diversity, equity, and inclusion means you had to lower the standards. So I'm assuming they lowered the standards for the FBI and ICE, then that's DEI. That's my assumption. Because if these people could qualify to be in the FBI, they already would be, right? Okay. All right. I'm just trying to get people to make common sense of everything that I'm saying to you. Exactly, Elizabeth. It is an administration of DEI hires. Trump is a DEI hire. He's not really qualified to be president of the United States. What y'all see is Trump running the country the way he runs his businesses. What did he tell you is from a feeling? And we know that we can't go off of how this guy feels, because that's not accurate representation of reality. Trump's feelings. We know that. That is not an accurate representation of Trump, of reality. Not how he feels. Sniper. If you don't want to hear my complaining, why you should complain that you can't get 1,000 followers. Bye, beloved. He probably been stuck at that 982 for a minute. Poor little MAGA. Poor little MAGA. Poor little MAGA. Look, then he tried to come back with his other account, and I blocked that one too. Thank you so much for the subscription, Miss Thomas. I appreciate your support, beautiful. Does Trump feel that Japan will join BRICS? Trump doesn't even understand what BRICS is, beloved. You understand? Trump don't even understand that. Trump is old school. Trump is caught up. He's old school, but at the same time, they're too busy trying to use Bitcoin. Yeah, see, Trump and them are trying to make money from Bitcoin. They're too focused on that. Trump is over there like, BRICS? Are they building buildings? What's a brick? We are going to do bricks here in America, and we're going to have the best and greatest bricks anybody's ever seen. And that's what I'm saying, Mr. President, it's not those type of bricks. It's like, no. We're going to build the biggest buildings with the biggest bricks. What? That's what he would say. That's what he would say. That is exactly what he would say. So that's why he don't even know nothing about that. Trust me. Trump ain't that nefarious. And Peter Navarro, he don't know enough about it either to even say anything. Now he gonna play at FIFA. Not with them ankles. Hold on, let me show you something. Wait a minute. He gonna play in FIFA with those? Shit. Ain't no way. He kick a ball, that whole leg gonna explode. That's when you gonna see Secret Service. Hey, Capri Sun on the left leg has just burst. Capri Sun on the left leg has burst. Look. The White House probably carry around some of those. Remember I told y'all how those Swedish disc cloths are real absorbent? They probably carry those around with him in case that leg start leaking. Because they're extremely absorbent. Yes, I did say Capri Sun, Kiera. Yep, Peter Navarro explains things just like Trump. And see, Peter Navarro will say, well, my economic perspective and policies are based on the book I wrote, and I talk about in that book is from this guy. What Peter Navarro doesn't tell you is the guy that he references in his book doesn't even exist. It's a fake man. The guy he's talking about is himself. It's a fake character that Ron Vara bullshit. They just pull economic policy out their ass. Trump and them thought, see, this is the thing. The first time Trump was president, the world didn't see him coming. You understand? All these other nations didn't know how to deal with Trump. They didn't see him coming. But the fact that you've been president before, you're not going to be able to do the exact same way and thing that you did the first time. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You got to come up with something a little bit different. And that's where Trump is messing up. Because see, now China had enough time to get it together before Trump came back. Japan, all these countries. So Trump done messed up all of the trade. Can I say, though, I love to see the farmers suffer. Because, see, nobody wants to say the quiet part out loud. Farmers are the biggest welfare queens in America. That's a fact. Farmers are the biggest recipients of welfare money in America. Farmers stay at their hands out with government. Can you give me money to grow stuff? Please give me money to grow stuff. And the first people to talk about everybody else need to get off the dole. Well, I'm glad that their ass has been cut off. Pull yourself up by your Chinese bootstraps too and grow food with your own fucking money. Oh, you're right, Tina. Correction, white farmers. You're right. Because black farmers wasn't getting no help from government anyway. You're right. Black farmers already had to figure out how to make a way out of no way. So no matter what Trump does, black farmers going to be good anyway. See, this is what happens when you spend your time oppressing other people. The people that you oppress, they learn skills and tools to survive no matter what. So that when you bring down everything else, those other people that you was trying to give privilege to, those other people who don't know what it is to survive, they gonna have the toughest time. I gotta take these earrings off. That jiggling sound is driving me nuts. I can't take it. Yep, that's how people build their resilience. Because they get used to the oppression and they figure out how to handle it and pivot and work through it. That's what happens. Watch the documentary King Corn. It explains all the crazy subsidies. Oh, okay, I'll have to watch that. Hold on, let me write that down. Because y'all know me. Watch King Corn. Yeah, farmers get a lot of free money. They get a lot of our money. And nobody talks about that enough. And liberals do it too. Because liberals used to run up there, oh, we're going to do this and give money to the Midwest. Listen, if we can't feed hungry children, I don't want our tax dollars going to prop up somebody's farm. Yep. If you think it doesn't make sense to feed hungry kids, it doesn't make sense to me for the government to give you money for your family farm. Because if the government has to give you money to keep your family farm open, that means your family farm is not profitable. It's not profitable. Maybe you need to let it go. Maybe you need to sell that family farm and let somebody else have it who actually can afford to take care of that farm. Because we giving you the money to grow the food, then we paying for the food. Shit, we paying double time. Yep, I agree. Tax dollars should not go to privatized prisons either. If you want to get into the business of private prisons, then you need to find a way to make money off of it without looking for the government to bail you out. You say it's on Pluto. Okay. All right, I wrote that down too. That's what people need to do. I am sick and tired of seeing that. I'm sick and tired of seeing it. But until, again, I told y'all it's going to get worse before it gets better. America hasn't hit its rock bottom yet. Because there has to be a lot of rock bottom shit has to pop. You understand? But I did tell you yesterday, though, bankruptcies are at an all-time high with businesses. And it's on schedule to outpace total bankruptcies by businesses for all of last year. We're already outpacing it this year. Why? Because this guy that's connected to these whack-ass ankles and trotters, his poor economic policies are making it worse for people, worse for businesses. That's why this is happening. Now, I want y'all to hear something, right? I'm going to read something to you, okay? And this is an example again of another Trumper. They voted for this. Now they got it. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Now listen, I'm going to do it in my MAGA speak. I voted for Trump. I defended Trump. Gas prices are up. Food prices are up. Electricity prices are going up. The water bill is going up. Car and health insurance are going up. Costs of daily household necessities are all going up. Rent is going up. Cost of homes are going up. Prescriptions and OTC meds are going up. Trump has also cut funding to the elderly and the disabled. Programs that assisted with heat, medication, rides to doctor's appointments, holding an able-bodied person accountable for taking care of themselves is one thing, but throwing the elderly and disabled into the ocean with no wrath is inhumane, negligent, and not what I voted for. This has proven to me that they all are alike. No, beloved, it proves to me that you're just not very smart. So when I listen to that, when I read that, hey, Sinopa, good morning, beautiful. When I read that, you know what it sounds like to me? That person is a socialist, right? Because they want free rides to their doctor. They want affordable housing. They want affordable medical care. Think about it. That's a fucking socialist. But they don't vote for socialist policies. Well, you got the government you voted for. Her name is Rhonda. Rhonda, shut up and pay. Shut up and pay. That's the thing. She didn't anticipate it happening. Not you mean Julia Sugarbaker from Designing Women? Again, she voted for this. Why is she mad? Why is she mad? She expected that the policies would only hurt the people she doesn't like. Well, duh. Trump don't like you either, boo. What did Trump say? I don't care about you. I only want your vote. He told them to their faces. And when Trump said it, they cheered. Now I cheer. He told you who he was. Trump said, this is who I am. And MAGA said, we like that. Thank you. MAGA said y'all weren't snowflakes. Y'all wasn't soft. Y'all could handle it. We needed to stop being soft. Liberals needed to suck it up. Well, liberals are sucking it up. Liberals are okay because liberals weren't the ones on those programs anyway. Most of the people, the majority are red states, red voters. Now, I'm going to read another one to you. This is somebody that was a delegate out of Texas. This shit is hilarious. I found these things so funny. They say, I voted for this man 3 times. I campaigned for him. I worked my ass off. And I feel like I do not recognize him at all. This is sickening. Girl. Again, I go, what were they watching? Because I was watching. And listen, I'm no Trumper, but I'm not going to let MAGA lie on fucking Trump. MAGA's trying to lie on this man. He never said that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm not going to let you lie on Trump. Yes, he did. You just weren't listening. You weren't listening because you didn't want to hear it. You were too busy treating it like a game. Yep. Remember? We won, y'all lost. Remember that shit? Remember they were acting like children. Like high school. Like it was a high school football game. This shit ain't high school. This is your fucking life. MAGA played with their lives, and now they're losing. And now they want people to rescue them. See, y'all got to understand what you're looking at. Some of this is MAGA wants to be rescued. It's not right what's happening. Won't somebody do something? So I snatched him up again. I'm not surprised because they're defying the courts. Y'all got to remember, The Supreme Court told Donald Trump he was above the law. The Supreme Court told Donald Trump he was above the law. So he's going to push the limits as hard as he can. But I need y'all to not forget, Republican Congress is complicit. I get it that you're paying attention to Trump, but this could be stopped today if Congress did something, but Republican Congress won't touch it because they agree with it. Republican Congress agrees with it. Oh no, Alito and Thomas don't think they're DEI hires. They think they're special and qualified. You ain't know? It's always a couple that think they're special. They're not like the others. We're not like them. We work hard. But I honestly agree with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. I agree with him going to his ICE appointments. Go to them. Force the government to put you in a situation. Now, Uganda is also saying that they will give him amnesty. Like these other nations that Trump is talking about sending them to, every single one of them says that they will give him amnesty. Nobody's participating in this shit with Donald Trump. Nobody but Trump and Republicans. This is why, long after this is over, don't forget who voted for this shit. You needn't speak to those people, affiliate with those people, even if they're your own family. I'm telling y'all, y'all got to be willing to make people remember this shit long term. Not short term, long term. Yep, and Republican Congress is complicit. He doesn't do this alone. The courts are helping him. Congress is helping him. They all agree with it. Now do y'all get it? They all agree with it. So I keep asking America, what y'all gonna do? See, I already told you, conservatives are waiting to be saved. The ones who voted for this shit, they're waiting for everybody else. Help me get my Medicare back. Fuck you and your Medicare. You voted to lose it. I don't give a shit about you getting your Medicare back. I don't care. Not about them people getting their Medicare back that voted to lose it. Fuck those people. You go back to the back of the line again and you figure that shit out. You had it so good for so long, you forgot how good you had it. And you became spoiled, entitled. Well, that entitlement, you being spoiled, look at you now. What Kevin Hart say? Look at you now, standing up there with the 8-ass face. They don't have nothing to show for it. Now they just like, just ridiculousness. You didn't have to vote for this stuff. But see, a lot of people voted for the racism. They don't want to be honest about the shit. Especially Hispanic Americans. Be honest about that shit. One of the reasons why you voted for Donald Trump was you voted for the racism. You're going to have to be honest about it. I know it ain't all of Hispanic America, but it's a large segment of Hispanic America. A large segment of Hispanic America that felt like when black people would talk about racism, oh, the blacks just won't stop. Okay, so now we ain't talking about it. Now we not talking about it. And now they're snatching Hispanics and some Hispanic American, some people who are not immigrants per se. Their parents may be, but they were born here. But now all of a sudden, oh, y'all want black people to speak up. Oh, now y'all want us to share our story. Oh, I thought racism was dead. I thought there was no racism. I thought we were post-racial. Okay. Okay. Oh, now we not post-racial no more. Okay. Then you go do something. Show me we not post-racial and y'all go do something. We'll watch. Because we already know how this game is fucking played. See, me personally, I'm tired of being Captain Save-A-Ho. Fuck them. Why keep trying to save people who won't save themselves? Yeah, a lot of Cubans voted for Trump. A lot. And a lot of them are getting snatched up and sent back. That's why when I see this stuff, I just go, they voted for it. What you want me to do? When your own family members voted for you to get deported, what am I supposed to do? They know you better than I do. I don't even know you. Your family knows you. And they didn't even stand up to protect you. So what I'm supposed to do? You said, what did I think about All in the Family? I don't understand. What you mean? I think that you're blocked. Bye. He didn't think I saw him. I did. I saw you, beloved. I saw you, beloved. Eggs will never go back down to what they were before bird flu, Teresa. That's just simple math. You know why? Why would it go down when these companies know that you'll pay more? Why would I go back to the pre-pandemic price when I know you'll pay more? Why would I do that? I wouldn't. That's not how they're going to make money. They make money. Again, all these prices going up, all these prices that you see going up, none of this stuff is ever going to go back to what it used to be. Everything went up except the hourly wage. Everything went up except the federal minimum wage. You now have to work an hour just to buy one bag of potato chips. An hour to buy one bag of potato chips. That shit shouldn't even be okay. But it becomes the new normal. Why? And I'm going to tell you why. So many working class people are so sick in the mind about being working class. I had shared one of my videos on Instagram where I was talking about, how come, y'all know that video I had put on TikTok where I said, how come rich people get to be rich now, but you got to wait till you die to get riches? People would literally in my comments, well, I just know I'm going to have all the riches when I'm in heaven. You don't know shit. You'll be dead. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Wake the fuck up. Oh, when I die, I'm going to have all these riches. No, you're not. You're going to be dead. What are we Come on. Come on. If rich people even believed that, they wouldn't be trying to hoard all the money now. Oh, okay. That's the video you saw, Takara. Yeah, because everybody waiting on money. Waiting on money. And it's like you waiting. Rich people ain't waiting. Rich people they creating heaven on earth right now. Not only are they creating heaven on earth right now, rich people are willing to burn in hell. They're like, well, maybe God's word is wrong. Maybe it's not wrong for me to hoard all this money. I'm just looking at, and to see the people in my comments, man, I just work hard and know I'll get it in the afterlife. Okay. Well, you do that. You do that. But I also look at that and I go, so you're going to wait until the afterlife, but you're going to have kids and you're going to have your kids suffer in poverty while you living. Make that shit make sense, because that don't make sense to me. That don't make sense to me. You're going to have your children suffer now. And your reasoning is you're going to tell your kids, but when we die, we going to have a Maybach. What? I thought material possessions don't mean anything once you die. I thought you couldn't get into heaven because of the material possessions. So waiting until you die to have it is going to help you how? Okay. Mark, I ain't know. Apparently they must do take dollars in the afterlife. You better hope you got some change, my brother. Don't you come to them pearly gates with 20s. You gonna come to them pearly gates with 20s. The person manning the door gonna say, hey man, we ain't got no more change. We take dollar bills only, man. You ain't got dollars, you gonna have to go downstairs. Wait a minute, I'm being relegated to hell because I didn't come with change? What kind of shit is that? What chapter was that in? You know, I'm like, I don't know, user 717. It must be American currency because it doesn't make logical sense to me. None. I'm like, so does that mean when somebody in another country dies and they use a different currency, do they die and then magically that special type of currency is in their pocket? No, I don't think they do Cash App in heaven for Hope Float Zelle only. Because you know Cash App be acting funny. So up in heaven, they said, we only take Zelle. Because Zelle is already connected to bank accounts. You ain't know you got to open a bank account in heaven. That's the only logical thing that makes sense why people think they're going to have all this money when they die. Like, the fuck? It's ridiculous. No, ain't no Bitcoin. That's digital money. They want that real stuff up in heaven. They don't want the fakeness. No PayPal, no PayPal. They are, look, heaven is the original cash on demand. Okay? When your soul has been delivered to the pearly gates, okay, they're expecting cash at the door. You know, Cassie, the great thing is in heaven, the dollar never loses value. So your exchange rate is always going to be great. That's the beautiful thing. That's what I say. I joke about it and I make fun about it, but when you think about it, the shit makes no logical sense, right? I'm not gonna get any money now, but when I die, I'm gonna be like having so much fucking money. Say it again. I've been delivered. I don't like men's no more. I like women's. That's what the conservative men will be up in heaven doing. They're going to be up in heaven. I've been delivered. I don't like men's no more. And the person at the gate is going to be like, that's not true. You actually took the wrong route. You need to go downstairs. Have I seen that show, The Good Place? No, I haven't seen that yet. I'll have to see that. Can we see your ankles? No, you don't need to. You can see that door though. Bye. You just got blocked. Who asked to see ankles? That was kind of Epstein-like. Can I see your ankles? Negative. The fuck? I'm good on that. You don't need to see my ankles. Like, what are we doing? You think I can just kick my leg up? Listen, I am 50. If you ever see my leg able to be kicked up on my face and just sitting there, it's broken, beloved. Like, what? That's the only way you would be able to see this leg get up like that towards the front. That leg is broken. Like, what? I'm sitting up here going, how would that even be possible? At least it ain't gonna be like Trump, you know, it come down like a claw, like that claw in the little machine. It won't be like that. That's Trump. Trump got like that claw, you know. Oh, man, it's the best ever, man. I can't believe he said, can see my ankle. They don't look like Trump's. I got ankles like Barack and Joe Biden. Mine's a thin regular size. I got them regular size ankles. Those are super size. I don't have a super size. I got like a medium. Yeah, I'm about a schmedium. That's a double X. Yeah, that's a double X right there. Man, Trump gives, you see this picture and it gives new meaning to I've been on my feet all day. Damn. You know what I mean? It literally, it makes you go, yeah, you have. I can tell. They're going to have to cut them shoes off of them. They're going to have to cut them shoes off. They're going to have to take a little pair of scissors and cut her off to the sides right there and loosen it up so they can pull that foot out of there. I got that foot. That foot is like vacuum sealed in that shoe. You're right. I am too old for him. I am 50. I am 50. You're correct. I am, look, way too old. Way too old. I want to remind you all. Oh, guess what, y'all? Hold up. I got something else. I cover my mouth because this is just so funny. In Cincinnati, y'all, they're having a problem with school buses. Yep. They're having a problem with school buses because they need a new school revenue. They haven't passed a levy for new school revenue since 2014. So they say combined with Ohio's latest budget, which cut the district's state funding by $1 million, has left the district in this situation. And of course, Ohio went to Trump. And their senator is a Republican. They didn't want Sherrod Brown. So this is what they voted for. Fuck Ohio. Ohio voted for this. I feel no sorrow for Ohio at all. This is what they wanted, right? This is the government they wanted for themselves. Thank you, Martin. You're the best too. This is what they wanted for themselves. Your government needs money to function. So when conservatives take money from your government, they are essentially strangling your government. So they stop it for working for you. Not Ohio is Florida above the Mason-Dixon line. I agree with that. Because I remember one time I was flying from Chicago and we had a connection in Ohio. I don't know why, but we did. And due to weather, our flight got canceled and we had to stay overnight in Ohio. Their food is trash. I can believe it. I was like, this food is utter trash. It smelled like skin, dirt, and I just couldn't wait to get out of there the next morning. And I've never gone back. That was over 20 years ago. I've never, I repeat, never gone back. I was like, ew. Because, you always hear about people moving to Ohio. So it had me thinking maybe Ohio must be on to something. No, it is not. Yuck. Yuck. I probably did eat at the wrong places because I was in one of those hotels that the airport put us in. So it was a Holiday Inn. I know I was at the wrong place. But unfortunately, is what I had access to. This was before Uber. Okay, this is before Uber. So it was a little different then. Yeah, it was a little different. I did feel like I was in the sixth circle of hell, though. I did feel like that. It was like one step up. Okay, some of y'all gonna say that's not fair, but it was one step up from Newark. Like, I was like, I want out of here. Thank you so much, Lazy Dog. I was just like, I just want out of here. This place, I don't like this place. Your colleague is making a lot of money in Ohio. Oh, I bet, Sonopa. I bet. Ohio is a wasteland of that stuff. Oh, I bet. Listen, I love no, I was about to lie and say I love Newark. No, I don't. Tamar, all I said was recently, I said Newark That's where they should take the Batman movies. That shit look like Gotham. Newark looks like fucking Gotham. No bullshit. Newark had me shook. Newark had me shook. I was like, hey, yo, they need a bat signal in this fucking city. Because, no, Last time I went to Newark, I saw somebody taking a shit on the sidewalk. Literally. Like, literally. Bruh. I was like, hey, yo. This city gotta have Batman, Joker, Two-Face. Everybody gotta be here. Look at it. Come on. And I'm from Patterson, and I'm not that far off. Look, damn, Darius said, Darius said, I'm from Patterson. Listen, Darius said, let me tell you, don't go to Newark. And all of the people are, and there are some really great people in Newark. There are. The problem is, it's Newark. Listen, I was born and raised in D.C., and I felt scared of fucking Newark. And I grew up in D.C. when it was called Dodge City. You understand? The 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, that's when I grew up in the city. And it was rough. And I was shook on fucking Newark. Yep, Newark's worse than New York. New York is a cakewalk compared to Newark. I walked through the Bronx. I walked through Brooklyn. I walked through all that shit. But I ain't walking through no Newark. Negative. Walk. Are you crazy? Not me. Hey, good morning. Now, I'm going to be honest about this, though. When it comes to my favorite people when it comes to the state of favorite people is Jersey. Hands down, I love Jersey people. Because Jersey people, the common misconception, New Yorkers will give it to you straight, but not like Jersey going to give it to you. Not like Jersey. Jersey's going to give it to you all the way straight. Talk about straight no chaser? That's Jersey. That's Jersey. Like New York, sometimes they'll be like, man, you're not worth my time. Jersey be like, oh, I got time. I'm going to make time to fucking drag you. That's why I love Jersey. Ultimately, that's why I love Jersey. I can pick a Jersey accent out of a lineup because Jersey people and New York people do not sound the same. They have two completely different accents to me, but they're not the same. They're not the same. And this is why I can always pick out Jersey. There used to be this lady on my job. I used to love to hear that lady talk because she was straight out of Jersey. And so I remember the first time I met her, I was in an elevator and she was talking to somebody behind me. And I turned around. I said, excuse me, ma'am, I don't mean to interrupt your conversation, but are you from Jersey? She said, yes. I said, I knew it. I knew it with that beautiful voice. There is nothing like Jersey. Yeah, it's something about that Jersey dialect. It's how Jersey talks. But New Jersey folk make you feel like don't fuck with them. Literally. Literally. I would take a chance on fucking with somebody from New York. Jersey, I don't know. I don't know. Especially if they say they punk asses from Newark. I ain't messing with you at all. No, not that. Look, we showing our age tomorrow. Not that SNL Joe Piscopo accent. The young people like, who's Joe Piscopo? Only one of the funniest people ever. Look, we showing our age. I used to love me some Joe Piscopo. I used to like him on Saturday Night Live. I used to love me some Joe Piscopo. Oh, man. I've never been to St. Louis. Can I be honest? I'm scared of St. Louis. That's another one, baby. That's another one, baby. You saw that Kate Kushon. Yeah, St. Louis is another one got me shook. Nope, I ain't never been to St. Louis. Never had a desire to. Nope, I watched the first 48. Nope. Nope. Any place that's frequent, like a frequent flyer on First 48, like if you on First 48, police interrogations or live PD, I don't visit. I know everything I need to. Now, I know St. Louis got some great food, but First 48 got me shook. I'm just keeping it all the way above. I love the First 48 too. That's why I won't go to St. Louis. I ain't gonna lie, the food look good. Little Rock is rough. You heard me. I ain't going to Tulsa. Keep in mind, I've only been to Florida. No, I've been to Florida twice. And both times I went, I was just in an airport. I ain't stayed. Florida rough. No, ma'am. Florida too be on First 48. Plus, I be reading the news stories about the shit that happened in Florida. And I always be like, what the fuck is in the water down there? I don't fuck with Florida either. No, Kimberly, the reason why I know about Arkansas is because First 48. Arkansas be on First 48. Arkansas, Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, Ohio, Missouri. I be paying attention. All of them be First 48. Police interrogations, live PD. My mother-in-law lives in South Carolina, but she don't live in the South Carolina part that always be on First 48. Because when I talk to her, I be like, oh, I saw Greenville on First 48. And she be like, girl, First 48 don't even do justice of how bad it is up there in Greenville. She said, I don't mess around up there. Look, Kira said, live next to Greenville, so you know how Greenville be. See, South Carolina is not a state like when I go down that way, I'm going to a specific location, and where I end up going is an extremely small town, and they ain't got no crime in that town. So I don't hang out in the other areas. I didn't know that South Carolina was carrying on like that until I watched the First 48 or Live PD. I'm like, damn, it's wilding down there. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to live down there, man. Y'all can keep it. Y'all can keep it. Maryland ain't perfect, but it ain't South Carolina. It's very rare that I see us on First 48. I'm just keeping it all the way above. Because you ain't going to see too much of that on... We don't do enough salacious... We ain't got enough salaciousness to be on First 48. Y'all be on something different. Tulsa, 80% black. Spelled backwards. Assault. Okay. I guess that was your attempt at trying to be witty. That didn't... Actually, it doesn't spell assault, but okay. You're in St. Louis. It's more or less the people after each other. I know the food is amazing. That's why I really wanted to come to St. Louis. Because don't that lady have that restaurant there? You know, the lady her son ended up going to prison for having her nephew killed. Y'all know who I'm talking about. What's that lady's name? Who has like the soul food cafeteria? Sweetie Pies. Ain't she in St. Louis? Miss Robbie? That's why I wanted to come. I wanted to come taste Sweetie Pies. But then when I'm on the internet, people out of that area say, man, it's better food than Miss Robbie's. And I'm like, well, shit. Let a sister in. Let me know. Oh, you think they closed? See, look at Teresa. Not that great. Yeah, see, I see other people from Missouri say, man, this other place is better than that. So that's why I've been wanting to go. but they got me shook. Oh, you met Miss Robbie. So did they close? Why did they close down? Because I remember they were expanding all over the place and all of that stuff for a minute. They were all over the place for a while. Like, can you guys tell me why she closed? Do you know why? Maybe it was COVID. Because I know COVID took a lot of places out of business. So I wonder if COVID, she never recovered. Oh, her son. Oh, Tim. Ah, but she wouldn't let Tim go. And honestly, can I tell y'all something? Look, I'm about to be transparent on something. I never trusted Tim even before the stuff came out. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Tim, hold up, I'm going to show you. Hold up, I gotta put it on there to show you because I want you to see what I'm saying as I say it. Tim was built like Trump. You see that? Tim was very voluptuous. He was very hippie. And he had a donk. He had an onion. Tim had an onion. And I always hated his haircut. His head was too small for that fucking haircut. But he was very hippie. And he had a very voluptuous booty. I told you I don't trust men built like that. Say it again. The hips do lie. I don't trust men built like that. Men who built like that, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't know why. Just something in my gut says don't trust this guy. You know what I mean? Because he got too many hips. Not the Corey Gamble hips. But that's what I think. I'm being honest. When I see a man with voluptuous hips and a booty like that, I instantly go into, I can't trust this guy. Because he too hippie. His booty too fat. It's too many things. Nope. 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 If you built like Saucy Santana, nope. You say, I know a few people who knew him and she got too excited about fame. Yeah. And see, people don't understand. Fame is relative. See, I don't want to be famous. There's no privacy in fame. See, people, they're never smart about it. If you're chasing fame for money and power, you can have money and power without fame. Why do you chase the fame? Because you can be famous and broke. So I never understand what they be chasing, actually. Because I wouldn't want to chase that. If I want to dig in my ass because I got a wedgie, I don't need people recording me like, look, we caught her at the Costco getting the wedgie out. That's why I have no desire for fame. Because I'm going to be me. I want to be me. Think about the rich people you love the most or the famous people you love the most. The ones you love the most are the ones who are just being themselves. They don't care about fame. They're just themselves. One of the reasons why I love Denzel Washington is Denzel is himself. He's just a guy that acts like a guy. You know what I mean? And he just so happens to make movies. But he acts like a regular dude. He don't act extra. Like, did y'all, okay, what time is it? Oh yeah, I gotta start wrapping up soon. Did y'all see that video of Denzel Washington with A$AP Rocky and they're doing an interview for that new movie that they're in together? And so the interviewer says to A$AP Rocky, like, how was it working with Denzel? And A$AP says, it's great. He says, it's so crazy because all my life, all I've ever heard is that I look like Denzel Washington. So it's so surreal to me to make a movie with him. I love when Denzel looked at the screen and said, should we tell him, Mom? I howled. Denzel said, I got jokes. Hey, Mom, should we tell him what's really going on? That shit made me howl. A$AP Rocky looked more like one of Denzel's children than Denzel's own children. The shit is creepy because they do favor a lot. But no disrespect to A$AP Rocky, because A$AP Rocky is a handsome man, but Denzel is a tall drink of fucking water, bruh. And the older that man gets, the sexier he gets. There's something about Denzel. It's like he has that overbite. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He's always like this. We don't care. We don't care. No, I don't have a picture of him on my phone. Yeah, Obama has it too. But that Denzel Washington, my God, when he goes like this and he stands there like that with the overbite on the red carpet, Jesus. Jesus. One of the reasons why I like Training Day, it was the only time we really got to see Denzel be bad. And Alonzo was a deplorable ass character. Alonzo was deplorable. I hated Alonzo. I hated Alonzo. But he was so good looking in that movie. Jesus. Jesus. Alonzo was deplorable as fuck in that movie. But damn, he looked good being bad. When he leaning off to the side, oh Lord. Somebody called the law. Oh, and Malcolm X. Oh, he was so sexy in Malcolm X. Oh, he was sexy. Sam Jackson has gotten it gets sexier and sexier as he ages. Sam Jackson, he got some swag. Sam got swag. Sam got swag. Sam got swag. You said your favorite with John Q and Remember the Titans. Ooh, that'd be hard for me to pick a favorite Denzel Washington movie. He has so many. I know the Book of Eli is going to be in there, though. Yep, the Book of Eli is going to be in there somewhere. And then I'm probably going to go back old school. Mo Better Blues. I loved him in that. Yeah, I'm going to take it back to that. To Mo Better Blues, Book of Eli. Ooh. And I'm trying to think, what would the last one be? Training Day. I like Equalizer too, but that damn Alonzo, he was really good in Training Day. He was good in Training Day because he made you not like him. And think about how hard it is not to like Denzel. Because Denzel, he made you choose. Yeah, he was great in Devil in the Blue Dress. He made me choose because I was conflicted when I first started watching Training Day. I was like, that's Denzel. That's Denzel. He's not supposed to do that. He's supposed to be a good guy. You know what I mean? It was really tough. I was struggling with it. But then I was like, okay, I can't stand Alonzo fucking ass. And I was glad whatever happened to his ass because he deserved it. But at the same time, I was like, it's Denzel. He was good in Preacher's Wife. I liked him in Bone Collector too. He was good in that. Denzel is good in everything he's in. Just like I didn't know that guy was his son until I was halfway into that movie. What was that movie that his son had? What was the name of that movie that his son had that was so good? It was visually stunning. John David. That movie that John David was in. Hold on, I'm going to look for it. Because I know it when I see it. Tenet. I was watching Tenet, and I remember I was watching it. I didn't even know what the movie was. And I just happened to be watching it. And I remember watching this man on the screen, and I said, I don't know who this young guy is, but he is captivating to watch. I cannot take my eye off this boy. And I couldn't figure out why. So then when I watched the whole movie, then I go, son bitch, Denzel's son, that explains it. He has that same thing that his daddy has on screen that you can't stop watching him. You know what I mean? You're drawn to him. But it's this thing that makes you want to watch. And so John David has it too. And I appreciate John David was so good in Tenet. Tenet was a great movie. I felt like it still didn't get the accolades that it should have, in my humble opinion. I felt like that Tenet should have got way more love than it got. That movie is fucking brilliant. Visually, absolutely, positively stunning. But the storyline, the story, the acting, the casting, all of it is just a great movie. But it didn't get what it was supposed to get, in my humble opinion. But that's just, maybe it's just me. But I felt like Tenet, they could have given it more attention. Now, I thank you all for joining me this morning. We had a great discussion. We always do. Look, we had 101,000 likes. I thank you all so much for being here with me this morning. Y'all know we have a great discussion. We have great discussions. We have great conversations. I thank you for the likes. I thank you for the shares. I thank you for the engagement. I love hanging out with you guys, and I hope that you love hanging out with me. I know you're going to have a great day today. I'm telling you this. You got to claim it. I love you too, Teresa. I love all of you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Don't forget, the poll is still available for the date and time that we're going to talk about the movie Run. If you haven't watched it yet, you need to go ahead and watch it and get ready for that discussion. Okay? I thank you so much. Before we wrap up this morning, I do this in every live. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. Thank you so much for your donations, but thank you to all of you. Let me tell you something. I'm not one of those creators that look down on stuff. Listen, pennies add up to dollars, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much, because you don't have to donate anything and you choose to. Thank you for that. I appreciate you doing that. Now, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. I do this every live as I wrap up the lives. Number 1, Tamar. Thank you, Tamar. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Number 2, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you, handsome. Number 3, beautiful storyteller. Thank you, beautiful. Number 4, beautiful Stacy D. Thank you, beautiful. Number 5, beautiful D. Thank you, beautiful. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Lori. Thank you so much, Lori. You like that, my pillow? That's my pillow too, with that onion that he holding. That's Trump's booty. I thank you all. I'll see you back this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, y'all. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, you guys. I'll see you live at 5. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.